35 of Season 1 of Geek Nation. I'm Gabriela Garcia.
And I'm Mike Whalen. If you would like to see the other 34 episodes or never miss another informative minute from our geeks, then go to subscribe to our YouTube channel. This weekend will be the last weekend until February where there will be no football. And CleatGeeks.com is painting the lines on our newly expanded field of coverage. This season we have dedicated writers to cover most divisions of college football on a weekly basis. The Big 12, ACC, Big 10, SEC, and the Pac-12 will all be covered in weekly articles on CleatGeeks.com.
Speaking of the Pac-12, this week we will be taking an in-depth look at each team from the Pac-12 from both the North and South Division to whet your appetite for the upcoming football season by one of our newest contributors, Jonathan Valencia.
This past Friday, we had a great Feel Good Friday story that received quite a bit of attention. It was a story of now retired Major League player Frank Catalanto and the birth defect his daughter was born with. Holly Hamilton, one of our great writers, was granted an interview with Frank where they had talked about his charity that helps other people with the same birth defect as his daughter, his book to raise awareness about the subject, and the golf tournament to benefit this great charity.
To read the story, go to our website, CleatGeeks.com, and type in the words Feel Good in our search box in the upper right-hand corner to get this and all our Feel Good Friday stories. The story also includes a link where you can learn more and donate if you so choose. And for our spotlight story, are you old school? Do you remember guys coming up to the plate without body armor like a knight at the round table? Then you are old school. Do you remember double headers played on Sundays and a time when there were only two kinds of pitchers, a starter and a reliever? Then you are old school. But you are in luck because you are not the only old school fan. And we at Cleat Geeks now have an old school writer and his name is Bill. Bill is as old school as his opinions.
And make sure to read Bill's weekly article starting this week entitled Old School Saturday. Even if you're new school, history is still a part of school.
And here's a basketball stat of the week for you guys. Team USA now has a 67-game winning streak. They have defeated their last four opponents by a combined 171 points. Who has the best record in all of baseball since the All-Star break?
I don't know who.
The Colorado Rockies, as of Saturday, with an 11-4 record and the winners of 8 of their last 9. And we have an article up on our site right now titled Rockies, Buyers or Sellers, giving our geek opinions on if they should buy or sell at the trade deadline. What do you think, buyers or sellers?
Buyers.
Why?
They're on a streak right now and they're going to continue to push in that division.
Yeah, I definitely agree they should be buyers at the trade deadline.
We have an MLB stat of the week for you, and the Detroit Tigers have scored 7 runs in an inning 5 times this season. It's the most of any team in the majors.
The creator and editor of CleatGeeks.com will be live this Sunday on the debut of the JWG Sports Show, where they will talk a variety of sports topics from a variety of different sports. Plan to tune in this Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Time for some Think Tank trivia. You can find other Think Tank trivia questions daily on the homepage of CleatGeeks.com. This week we have a question for our viewers and a question for one of us. So let's get started. Here's the viewer question. Ken Griffey Jr. was just inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, yet he never played in a World Series. How many total Hall of Famers, including Griffey, have never played in a World Series? Now, Michael, I'm going to give you 5 names. You tell me if these 5 Hall of Famers have ever played in a World Series.
Okay.
First one, Ron Santo.
No.
Rod Carew.
No?
Phil Negro.
I'm going to say no.
Frank Thomas.
Ooh, 2005, and the White Sox won. I got to say no. I think he was injured.
All right. And the last one, Ryan Sandberg.
To be honest, I wish your dad was here, but I'm going to say no.
Well, you were correct on all of them. All of them were no. Frank Thomas was injured and did not play in the White Sox World Series. So you were close on that one, but you got them all right.
The answer for the viewer trivia question is, including Ken Griffey Jr., there are now 25 players in the Hall of Fame who did not play in a World Series game.
Now it's time for a Geek Nation Twitter poll question of the week. Last week we asked you, should a player like David Ortiz get just as much Hall of Fame consideration as a player who plays both sides? We both said yes, and 77% agreed with us and also said yes, and 23% said no.
And now this week, with Griffey and Piazza both going into the MLB Hall of Fame, and the annual NFL Hall of Fame is coming this weekend, we thought we would ask the following poll question. If you could only go to one sports Hall of Fame, which one would it be? MLB, NFL, NBA, or college?
We here at Cleat Geeks are trying very hard, and we are starting to be recognized in the sports world. This means great things for our fans and writers. You as fans get exclusive content and inside information, while our writers get once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Cleat Geeks writers now have granted press credentials in MLS, AHL, and the NFL.
With the trade deadline quickly approaching on August 1st, this will be the last time we will get to play our new favorite game show. Would you make that deal? As discussed in the latest edition of Into the Cardinals' Nest, the St. Louis Cardinals need bullpen and starting pitching help. The Cardinals trade first baseman and DH Matt Adams and starting pitcher Mike Myers to the Kansas City Royals for starting pitcher Edinson Volquez and Wade Davis. Would you make that deal?
Definitely. The Cardinals need help. They're in a tough division. The Cubs keep gaining on them, but they're winning games. I'm not going to lie about that. But they're still behind in the NL Central. So yeah, they definitely should make those trades. What do you think?
I think they should too. Edinson Volquez has had some trouble here and there, but the one thing that I don't think the Cardinals would do is trade Matt Adams. He's that power bat. He can come off the bench in a pinch hitter spot, and who they lead the league in pinch hitter home runs. So I don't think they trade Matt Adams. I think they trade someone else.
Who do you think that player would be?
If
you were the Cardinals, who would you be willing to give up for the help you need?
I don't know. That's tough. That really is. I mean, there's a lot of injuries been going on with that team. So I really don't know who they would want to trade. But if you have to trade Matt Adams, you do. But in my opinion, I don't think that they will.
All right. Well, let us know what you guys think. Would you make that deal if you were the Cardinals GM? That's going to do it for us on this brand new edition of Geek Nation. I'm Gabriela Garcia.
And I'm Michael Allen, and make sure to head over to CleatGeeks.com to read all of the fantastic articles written by our fantastic writing staff.
And make sure you go to our Twitter at _GeekNation_ and vote on our polls and let us know what you guys think on this Would You Make a Deal segment.